Bienvenidos. Welcome. My name is Genevieve. I came to Costa Rica 9 months ago with my fiancé Micah, who is, as usual, behind the camera. When we arrived in Costa Rica, we encountered many problems in communication with the locals. These problems were caused by the language barrier, the differing attitudes, and sometimes opposite priorities of people from different parts of the world. I've been teaching English to people from Costa Rica. Successful communication with people of different cultures is tricky. When we learn about other cultures, we are rewarded with a new perspective or outlook on life. When the languages are different and translation must be used to communicate, the potential for misunderstandings increases. Miscommunications occur between people from Costa Rica and the United States because of the language barrier, differing attitudes, and differing priorities. The language barrier was our first obstacle. A word in Spanish that sounds like a word in English but has a different meaning is called a false cognate. For instance, mi novio es muy largo does not mean my boyfriend is very large. My boyfriend is very far away is actually what is being said in Spanish. My students got a good chuckle at me after I discovered this classic error in communication. Another common mistake is interpreting estoy embarazada as I'm embarrassed. In actuality, it means I'm pregnant. These are just a couple of the false cognates that exist. An important part of Costa Rican language is politeness. The people of Costa Rica are very polite and frequently use the formal tense when communicating. In the Spanish language, there are formal and informal tenses. For example, ¿Cómo está usted? Means, how are you, in the most formal way possible. Tú is the informal or impolite form of speaking in Costa Rica. My fiancé and I were using the informal tense until we realized it was sending the wrong message. According to the Bisans in 2012, if another Costa Rican called me tú, I wouldn't even respond to them. It's not a part of our language or culture. Politeness is also displayed in attitudes. Ticos have differing attitudes on how to greet people than those in the United States. The traditional greeting in Costa Rica is to touch cheeks and kiss the air. This is much more intimate than the handshake in the United States. I realized that I was offending people when I didn't greet them in their traditional manner. When it comes to time, Ticos have different mental outlooks than people in the United States. According to Wallerstein in 2003, until around 100 years ago, the fastest you could travel across Costa Rica's treacherous mountain roads was at the speed of your nimblest mule. As hurrying was senseless in this environment, people developed a very elastic sense of time. When my fiancé and I first arrived here, we would walk extremely fast compared to the locals. Why does everyone move so slow, we wondered. In the supermarkets and on the streets, Ticos would be in our way for minutes at a time like cattle. They didn't seem to notice us speedy Americans trying to pass. We thought they were being so inconsiderate, but what could we do? We learned to slow down and to chill out. Pura Vida is Costa Rica's unofficial slogan. It translates to pure life, and it means no worries. Live in the moment and relax. Enjoy life and take it easy. The culture in the United States is much more fast-paced and stressful. It seems like we are always rushing to get things done. It seems like we never take time to relax, like the people in Costa Rica. An American in Costa Rica who thinks it's disrespectful to be late reveals a lack of cultural sensitivity. According to Firestone in 2010, Tico time means arriving late, around 15 to 30 minutes for official appointments, and up to several hours late for meeting friends. My students frequently arrive tardy to class, but they don't consider it being rude. If I'm offended, it's only because we Gringos have different priorities. When it comes to priorities, Ticos are all about family. I can't stress enough the importance of family in Costa Rican culture. In 2003, Wallerstein said, "Historically, Ticos lived in isolated mountain hamlets where they had to rely above all on their relatives for working on the farm, emotional support, and socializing to the extent that the family is described in the Constitution as the natural basis of Costa Rican society." When Ticos are referring to my fiance's sister, they call her my cuñada, or sister-in-law, even though I am not married. According to my student, Jorge, the reason this occurs is because Ticos are close and warm and always looking to expand their families. Now you are aware of some of the basic cultural differences that cause miscommunications every day. So now that I've brought to your attention these common errors in communication, remember to keep an open mind. Miscommunications occur between people from Costa Rica and the United States because of the language barrier, differing attitudes, and differing priorities. When we learn about other cultures, we are rewarded with a new perspective of ourselves. Thank you.